When Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta came, the ground was thirsty for him. If you remember, people were even shouting, Uhuru, we are sorry, Uhuru, we love you, Uhuru. They were telling him things. And in fact, even beyond that, they begged him. They told him, come and show us the way. Walikuwa wanasema, at that time, people were thirsty for Uhuru, if you remember. People were extremely thirsty for Uhuru. They were yearning, they wanted Uhuru to show them the way. Because they were saying, the only person they had seen within Mount Kenya who appeared to have been high-ranking in government was Rigiji. Now, Rigiji has been impeached. It means they were feeling as a community, they don't have anybody to show them where to go and how to go. And they remembered that the only kingpin they had then was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. He was still the leader of the region. Now, being the leader of the region, he comes to that particular function and people beg him for direction. But Uhuru does not give direction. He keeps quiet and goes back to his private life. The next thing we hear is he goes silent for a very long time. Not so long, I think 2 or 3 months. The next thing we see, William Ruto has visited Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta at his home, at Mama Ngina's home. We see them take photos, and after they've taken photos, some people who are very close to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta are appointed into government, and they become ministers. What message does Mount Kenya get? Whether Uhuru said it or not, because he never said a thing, Mount Kenya gets the message that Uhuru is working with Ruto. And that really disrupted the thinking of many people. And people felt, we've begged Uhuru to speak to us, we've asked him, we've apologized, because our people don't have formal structures, remember, of reaching Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Ni wamgoje kwa rally wa shout, wamwambie we love you, wamwambie we are sorry. They did that. That's the only way they have of reaching him. And then, I wouldn't want to say he ignored them, but he did not respond to them. And after not responding to them, he goes quiet, and the next time we see him with Ruto. And the next time we see his men in government. And again, he's a man we don't want to fight. He's a man we've had profound respect for. So what happens? The next thing we hear, he's gone to the US. And he's there for a long time. Nature abhors vacuum. The people even were telling him, reach out to Rigiji, reach out to they were saying now, bring all the people from Mount Kenya, let's sit together, let's have a conversation. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, for whatever reason, did not heed to this call. Maybe he was not able, but he should have said something, anything. Hata kama angeambia watu wa Mount Kenya, mtaningojea mpaka ile siku nitaongea. Imagine people would have waited for him. So he left us in abeyance. He left us unaware of what his plans were. So what did the people do? They started looking and gravitating towards the next person who looked like he would lead them. And I remember when Rigiji was impeached and he went to Amonyoro, he was emboldened by people visiting him every day and telling him, and he took a lot of time consulting, like 2 months. People just used to come to him and told him, come out. He said, are you sure? They told him, come out. We will stand with you. And he started coming out. And he started building a movement. And he started finding acceptance. And he started being loved by the people. All this while, the leader that the people of Mount Kenya loved the most and wanted to work with the most was quiet. He was not providing direction. And hatuna ubaya na yeye. So what happened is, eventually, Rigiji has built a party. He has gone around. He has popularized the party. He has come up with a one-term slogan. He has put up a brave fight against the bad administration of William Ruto. Now Jubilee comes. And then I hear people like Jeremiah Kioni, now they begin to insult Rigiji. I hear people who are within Jubilee starting to insult to insult DCP. And we ask them, since when were we the problem? We have never been the problem. We only came in to fill a vacuum that had been left by you people. We entrusted Jubilee, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and all those people with leadership. And we told them, where are you leaders? We shall go. Imagine mimi nilivotia Raila because of love of Uhuru. Uhuru alituambia, mahali nitapeleka mtaenda. Mimi nilikuwa na kampeni huko Idhaka nauza Raila. Naambua wewe ni mwenda azimu. Naeka posta za Raila, picha za Raila kwa posta zangu. Naambua wewe kichwa yako ni mbaya. I sold Raila in Waithaka.
So you also what they call emotional.
No. What we were doing...
They always say Mount Kenya is... Because you see now, the same thing...
Because the emotional ones went for the wheelbarrow.
So now when you look at it, normally Mount Kenya has been told to be very emotional with politics. So is it the same then emotion that you carried now to the formation of DCP simply because the former president has not spoken? And also, in his wisdom, perhaps that was the best thing to do for a former president.
We've never faulted him. And it's okay to keep quiet. But remember, around this time, when was this happening? Abductions were at an all-time high, if you remember. Including, this is the time around which Justin Muturi's son was missing. A lot of things were going wrong. There was too much that was being meted upon Kenyans that we couldn't take. And we needed strong voices of people coming and saying that this is now not leadership. This is terrible. So for us, we are not faulting the former president for keeping quiet. We are faulting him for not knowing the gravity that, there are some things that could happen. If, for example, you wanted to buy your child a piano, you can do it as one parent unilaterally. But if you want to change your child from one school to the other, you probably husband and wife will sit and talk. Now, what if you want to sell your child? The whole community will be involved. In fact, even the government will be involved. No. Now, this is where we are. When we get to a point where you're losing life, now the issue of being a former president goes away. The issue of respect and statesmanship and everything goes away because human life is sacred and you only live once. Tomboya lost one life. Okay? he was called JM Kariuki lost one life. And these people are immortalized. So when we lose one life of one young person because he conveniently chose to bang his head on a cell in a hospital, in a police cell, then that is the time when we speak. If we don't speak when young people are dying, I don't know what is most critical or serious than loss of life.
Okay.